So today we'll continue with the VPC lessons. So if you go into this one, we have some slices from the last time where we talk about net gateway and network access control list, So have some minute to take a look at it before we go further. So let me pull up the questions. Just a moment. Okay. I forgot to save on this one. Let me see where we were last time. So I think we were in here. Yes, we were on the 11th. So let's try to make it to the end by today. So let me start the timer. Just a moment. Okay. Okay, are you guys ready? Let's start with this one. You guys see the
I think B.
B, all right. Let's see. Associate security group with to the EC2 instant network interface and transit gateway to the control list. Okay, let's show answer. It's C. Let's see the explain. Apply network access control rules between EC2 instances, net and D is correct because the inbound and X and firewall control. Okay, let's see what the reference in the link say. Let me send to you guys here. Okay. Oh, I found a really good resource on studying. So let me also share with you guys. Let me see. Yes, it's for professional, but it's it do the summarize very well. So I'm not sure. Yeah, let's take a look at it later. So because inbound. You guys understand this one all right? Let's take a moment to read about transit gateway. Let me know when you guys are ready to move on the next question. Actually, let me just go on here and read it. VPC, okay. So let's take a look at the question again. Plot the traffic between EC2 network interface workload and the transit gateway. So this question is testing the question. Test on the transit gateway. Here is it. How would you connect VPC to one another side to side?
I think the first link that you have shared uh, in the chat
This
is
oh this
yeah, the first one. Yes, this one.
okay.
This one is given the answer.
Oh okay.
Why it is NACL. If you scroll down a little bit, same subnet for this one. You can see
okay.
consider configuration. You can see here NACL rules are applied in the following way for traffic from individual EC2 instance to transit gateway. So this is why it's NACL. It's not security group.
Okay, let me note it down. So let me see. So basically to control the access between the two EC2 in the different VPC, then we use network access group instead of security group, right?
No, this is when we control traffic between the EC2 and the transit gateway, not between EC2 and another EC2.
Okay, I see. Control. Awesome. Let's go to the next one. Oh, let me pull up the clock.
I think A.
Let's show the answer. You're right. Config security group only accept TCP 339.
Yes.
Can you explain more on the TCP 339?
TCP 3389, it's the RDP protocol. So the question is asking for using only the Boston host to connect to the internal Windows EC2. So to connect to the internal Windows EC2, we need to configure the internal Windows EC2 security groups to allow access only from the Boston host.
Oh.
This is why we choose A. This is TCP 3389, I think 3389. This is RDP. This is the RDP protocol.
TCP protocol, right?
This TCP port 389. It's RDP. This is RDP. R.
Ah,
RDP protocol.
D, not T.
D for dog.
sorry, I'm
Yeah,
really
D.
bad at networking. Can you guys help me to type it out?
Yeah, sure. So R followed by D for dog, and then P. P is correct. So
Hang on, let me stop share screen so I can open another window. Just a moment.
it's RDP.
Oh, RDP, yes. You share.
Yeah, I just pinged you on chat.
Okay. RDP, yes, I saw it now. Okay, let me type it in RDP protocol. Thank you so much. Let me move here. Okay, just 1 minute so that I can move the screen also. Okay, RDP protocol. Awesome. 1 minute. Okay. Let's stop and all right. So let's move to the next question.
I think C.
Okay. Oh,
No, there is two. Yes, subnet network ACL. Does not end that traffic. Main does not have NAT gateway. No. Not B. I think C and A, but A also is. No, I'm not sure.
okay. Let's try. Oh, you're right. You are awesome. Okay. So
Yeah, because I just eliminate B and D because B and D doesn't look correct for me. This is why I choose A. C I know is correct, but A I just by eliminating B and D.
I see. So could you help us explain why A and C is correct?
So from the question, they have a VPC already existing and they have created an S3 endpoint. In the same VPC, they have added a route table to the main route table in which you can communicate with S3 using that VPC endpoint, and then they create an EC2 instance which use that route table. So because in the route table we have already a route entry to the S3, so we don't need internet gateway and we don't need NAT gateway because we have already one route which will allows us to go to S3. So this is why B and D are not correct.
I see. So when you create S3, then they're already around. Right?
When you create an S3 endpoint, when you create a VPC endpoint for S3, you need to modify the route table. You need to go to the route table, click edit, and sorry, you don't need to modify the route table. And when you create the VPC endpoint, you need to specify which route table the VPC endpoint will be connect to it. So when you finish the creation of the VPC endpoints, then check the route table, you will see in the route table that there is a new entry which allow access to S3 in that region using that VPC endpoint. It will be added automatically to the route table.
Okay, I see. Understand it now. So let's go next.
So A for this.
Right.
Uh,
I think
Yeah.
NAT gateway is okay. B.
Using another VPC net.
Okay. So it's NAT gateway is VPC specific. Does that mean cannot send traffic over VPC endpoints?
Yes.
So must access over VPC.
So net gateway cannot send traffic. So let me just write it down. Okay, so net gateway is the private subnet connect to the internet, but not vice versa, right? So it can. Oh, okay. Over PPC. Let's access over VPC endpoint. Use example of your private. Okay, so okay. So, you guys okay with the material? Let me know if you need some few minutes to review this document. If okay, let's read on that very basic, query specific.
yeah, the last point. You cannot route traffic to NAT gateway through
VPC peering connection. I see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Awesome. Let's go to the next one. So,
I think D.
D.
I think D.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's yeah. Go ahead.
I think C is correct, I think. Anyway, let's go ahead and
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, let's choose C. Yeah.
Yes, C is correct. Could you help
yeah.
explain it?
I mean, we are using existing infrastructure, so we won't be using any direct connect or anything. So I mean, existing internet lines that we gonna use it. That's why. So VPC Cloud Hub is the easiest way to do it,
Yes.
rather than setting infrastructure anything. So if you check the question, it asks that we don't need to set up any infrastructure or something. So it's just cost effective and secure way of using existing internet connection.
Let's see. Large corporation has several branch. The branch office and need to communicate. That should be secure cost based on existing internet connection.
Yeah, right.
Okay. For each branch office, okay, use AWS Cloud Hub to enable communication. Okay, so it's a service.
Yes. I mean, it's a kind of a VPN thing, but yeah, kind of a VPN.
Okay. So it's a kind of VPN. Okay, let me note it down in our lesson plan. Okay, AWS VPN. Okay, awesome. Let's go to the next one.
I think B, but I'm not sure. I think B.
Let's see. It's
It's A.
Yes. Let's see.
In each subnet. Oh. So in each subnet. I thought it's in the whole VPC, not in each subnet.
Yes. Let's see. The first four IP address and the last IP address of each subnet block are not available. Let's go back to the question.
Yeah, I mean, you have to memorize this at least.
Oh no! Really?
I thought
Yeah,
it's
there's no.
I thought it is for a VPC, not for each subnet.
Okay.
Can you guys help me to understand the subnet range in here that mentioned? I don't understand it.
Yeah, here the subnet range it's /24, the mask. If you see /24, yeah, this is /24. If it is /24, it accepts 256 IP.
I see. Let me
Yeah,
know.
So-
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to learn that CIDR, the way addresses are specified in CIDR. So this is the way it's specified. So if you Google on CIDR, you will come to know how it's being used.
Okay. But how do you guys
And
figure out the answer based on this information? Okay. Okay. I see. Come with 256 address.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
no, I mean, this question is not actually in detailing into the CIDR part, but it's asking you to what is from the AWS that is reserved. And
Yes.
yeah, so anyway, CIDR you have to understand at least because that's the way I think networking nowadays addresses are used. So that's one part. And the second part is the reservation from AWS side.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Yeah, these two parts.
Yes. So this is just the memorized one, right? So they reserve 5 IP address for every.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. I see. Let me note it.
But then, so they have given below IP addresses. So those will be, I mean, if you take it's a 0, 1, 2, and I think last one. If you scroll up, the last one, whichever is the last IP address. So first 4 and last IP address. And there's a purpose, I think, why they reserve it.
Okay.
So
I
they have.
reserve. Okay. I see now. Let me note it down. Awesome.
Yeah.
So to just summarize, so they AWS will reserve 5 IP address for every VPC.
Subnet.
For every VPC subnet. Okay, and each of these reserve is for specifically used. So like one for network address, one. Okay, wait. So this the only. Okay, I see. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, so they will reserve for. So only 3 out of 5 is reserved for the specific purpose, right? So they should reserve 1 for VPC.
So last one is, I mean, common, which I can disable in AWS. So this is in networking, I think 255 is for broadcast.
Yes.
I mean, last address, but AWS don't allow that. So that's why it's reserved. You cannot use that.
Okay. So the 255 I cannot use because it's a default.
Yeah, in most, I mean, in most of the network, it's reserved for broadcasting.
Okay.
So we don't use last address in any of the networks. Is that? I mean, that's my understanding.
Okay. Let me note it down. Awesome. Let's go to the next one. I really need to learn more about the network.
Yeah, actually, networking and VPC, I think this is one of the tough
Yes.
part in AWS.
Yes. Yeah.
I think A, enable DNS host name for the VPC.
Okay, let's see. Yes, you're right. Goes down to the loss. Oh, okay. I think we go through with this one. Okay, let me copy to you guys the link. You got it all right, Nikki?
Yes, I am aware of these two
Yes.
settings that we have to specify at DNS level.
Awesome. All right. Let's move to the next one. I need to avoid the button show answer. VPC.
I think we can do B. I think we can do B. Add secondary CIDR range to the VPC.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Let's see. Yes.
Yes.
Secondary media to the VPC. Okay, VPC with one CIDR block, VPC with two CIDR block. Oh, so it just have more subnet if you choose the two CIDR, right?
For the first one, we have only one. When we create a VPC by default, we have only one CIDR. But there is a possibility to add another CIDR and use it within the same VPC. This is why we add the secondary CIDR here, because the first CIDR is full. We cannot add any resource to the first CIDR.
I see. Let me note it down. Later. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. Awesome. Let's go to the next one.
I think B. B.
B. Yes. Can you explain more on this one?
Yeah, so here when they create, they have two route tables. One is custom and one is the default. The default is the main route table. So when they create subnets, by default it will be implicitly attached to the or associated to the main route table. And since they need to use the new subnets with the custom route table, they need to modify the main route table. So they need to make the custom route table as the main route table. Any new subnet created will be attached implicitly to this custom route table because it is now the main route table. So they don't need to associate explicitly the subnets to the correct route tables because now the custom route table is the main one.
Okay.
Okay. So, and one more practice is ideally you should delete default route table whenever you are setting up something. Correct? I mean, that's what I read. So those defaults won't come into the picture and you will have proper setting everywhere.
Yeah, if they delete the default route table, they will create let's say 2 or 3 new route tables. One of them will be the main, the other will be like secondary but we have only one main route table per VPC. We cannot specify, let's say, 2 main route table per VPC. It should be one.
Right.
So basically, you can make. Okay, so you can have the option to make the custom route table as the main route table and then delete the default one, right?
Yeah, you can delete the default one. But before delete the default one, you need to create a new one custom and then make the custom is the main route table because you cannot delete the main route table. So you need to make the custom main route table and then you can delete the default route table because now it is not the main.
I see. Let me write down. Awesome. Let's go to the next one. Okay.
I think A. Create VPC flow log.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because C check OS level logs inside RDS. We cannot access the OS level inside RDS because it is managed by IWS. CloudWatch will not record networking related things like why it is not timeout. It will not do that. Checking OS level logs inside the EC2 instance will not record also the traffic because this is an outbound traffic from the EC2 instance. So the only way to troubleshoot this is getting the logs of the VPC itself. And to get the logs of the VPC itself, we need to create this one, flow log.
Let's see. Sorry, can you tell me again on the CloudWatch? So you cannot check the network usage on CloudWatch?
Yeah, by default we cannot. By default, CloudWatch will not capture logs from the network. Let's say from the network side, it will show metrics. Yes, it will show metrics for the for the for example, let's say for the EC2, for example, it will shows metrics for the network card, how many bytes in, how many bytes out, but it will not shows the timeout errors or for example, it will not shows errors or warning. It will not shows that. It will just shows, for example, how many packets are coming to the EC2 or how many packets are going out from the EC2. So this is why we need the VPC flow logs. And then after we get the flow logs, we can query them and see what is the issue.
I see. Awesome. Let's go to next one.
I don't have idea about this.
Let's see. VPCB route table contains a route with destination. I think C.
Content route. Okay. Yes, it's C. Could you help explain for us?
So if we go up, we will see that in VPCA we have the subnet 10.10.1.0/24, right? In VPCA. So the route table of VPCB should have an entry which has the destination of the subnet of VPCA. So VPCB route table should have the entry of the subnet of VPCA. This is why VPCB route table should have the destination 10.10.1.0/24, which is subnet of VPCA. And VPCA also should have a route table. In the route table should have a route entry to the VPCB subnet. So this is why VPCA route table should have an entry to 10.11.1.0/28.
I see. Let me send the link also. You got it all right, Nitin?
Yes.
Let give me a moment. Let me reread it. I'm still confused about that. You have set up to VPC as.
I think you need to draw it. When you draw it, it will be easy.
Yeah, I need to hang on this.
Yeah, you need to draw it.
Yes, I'm still so confused. I need to start messing with the network, right? Let's see on the next one.
I think it's a B. HTTP port 80 is duplicated because if you see, we are allowing all TCP.
Yes,
And
you are right. Can you help explain for us?
yeah, so in first column we are basically given 80. Okay, and in third row it's all TCP is allowed. So I mean it covers 80 also. All. It's the same IP address and same CIDR block. So it's kind of the third one is covering first one. So we don't need that first rule, correct?
Yes. Yes, we don't need the first one because the third one covered the first one.
Ah,
Right.
okay. Okay. So host source to okay, I see now. Awesome.
The main is 20. I think the answer here is D,
Okay.
the last one.
Sure. Yes, it's correct. Could you help explain first?
Yeah, when you see local, when you see in the target the word local, this
Mhm.
means that both IPs are in the same VPC. Both destination are in the same VPC. So in general, we can see only one local. When we have multiple secondary VP siders, we will see multiple locals. So here, one of them is primary, the second is secondary, and they said in the question that the primary is 20.0.0. So the 30 should be the secondary.
Okay, I see. Let me
When
know.
you see the target local, this means it's the VPC cider itself.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically when you see the local, it means it's exists in one VPC, right?
Now, when you see the word local, the destination is the IP, is the cider of the VPC itself.
I see. Awesome. Let me let's go next to the next one.
I think A. I think A. I think.
No.
Let's see. I didn't know that VPC flow can be done at the subnet level. I thought only at the VPC level.
Okay.
Now that's good.
Let me note it. Let me go to the next question. Do you guys have some more time? We have a few questions left, so we might have, if you guys want to complete this section, then we might go over 8 o'clock a little bit.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Awesome, awesome.
Yes, that's fine for me as well.
Okay, awesome. but we will try to finish this section.
They add 443 to the security group, right? It should be immediately without restart because this is security group.
This is correct. So using security group, let me question.
In general, if there is no issue or if there is no problem in IWS, when you modify the security group or network ICL or IAM permissions, it will propagate immediately. If the modification doesn't appear, let's say after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, there is an issue, so you need to check.
So the modification of the security group should be applied immediately.
Yeah, immediately, yes. If it is not the case, there is an issue. Maybe there's an issue in that availability zone or that region or with the service itself.
Okay, so let me go next.
I'm not sure how VPN Cloud Hub works, but I think it's B, but I'm not sure. I don't know even how this works, Cloud Hub.
Okay, let's see. Let's choose. You say B, right?
I said B, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm even more unsure. Don't worry. Oh, you're correct. How did you guess that?
I just imagine one single VPN, how it's work, because with one single VPN, we need to use BGP and autonomous system number, the ICN. And then I said maybe it's also the same with multiple VPNs. So this cloud hub also works like a single VPN, but with multiple customer gateway.
Oh, I see. Let me write it down. Very useful information. Just a moment. Okay. Let me read. Create a virtual private gateway. So this is the exact step if you would do
Protocol. Yeah, and we need to use ICNs. I think with Cloud Hub, we still need to create one virtual gateway. This is from IWS side. And because customer has multiple or end user has multiple firewalls, we can add multiple custom gateway in the VPN site-to-site configuration. I didn't know that we can do that before. Only today I know that with this Cloud Hub.
Oh, hang on. I'm quite confused. Let me. So if you create a individual VPC, you still need to do the border gateway protocol and this or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
BGP is the protocol used So the VPN, the virtual private gateway, which is from IWS side, can communicate with the customer gateway, which is, let's say, a firewall. So BGP is the protocol used. It's like, let's say, it's like when you open with the web, you use HTTPS. So for the communication in the VPN, they are using BGP.
I see.
And in BGP, when we use BGP in the BGP protocol, so for each node to know or to communicate with the other side, they are using ICN. ICN, it's like a tag when the communication start. For example, let's say I have BGP here in my place, you have BGP in your place, and then when we start the communication, they will not start the communication with the IP. They start the communication with the ICN. It's like a tag. It's like a tag. ICN, it's a number. And then when he search for the name, they call them, when BGP communicates with another BGP, they call them neighbor. When they communicate with with its neighbor, it will communicate with him with the ICN, not the IP.
I see. I'm still really confused on this. Let me mark it so that I can go back and read this. So these are all the protocol, right? BGP and ASN.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So clueless in network. Let's go to the next one. Cloud. There we go.
I think B and C.
Yeah, C. I'm good with C.
B and C.
Yeah, for me, B and C. I don't know for Nathan, which one?
Yeah, C is good for me. Second one, I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's see. Yes.
Yeah, the
On
first one.
internet.
Yeah,
Okay.
the first one is not correct because we don't have allow rules and deny rules in security group. We have them in knuckles.
Yes.
The last one, security group, is the first line of security. Now we have first in VPC we have, or in networking we have 10 security groups. Knuckles is the
Okay.
first layer. And if we are using other services, we will have WAF is the first security layer, and then Knuckles, and then the other things. Let's say you are using CloudFront, let's say as your CDN, and the origin of the CloudFront is in EC2. So the traffic first will go, before go to the CloudFront, will go to the WAF firewall, and then CloudFront, and then the knuckle, and then the security group, and then the EC2. So the security group is not the first layer of security.
Do you have the diagram of like the whole flow on the? Okay. Let me see.
I think we have something here, but
Let me see this. Security group alliance.
yeah, you can see here in the, because the security group here in the explanation, because the security group works at the instance level, hence not the first security level. The first security level is knuckle.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see. Oh, I remember you mentioned about this last time. Okay, I understand now.
Yes.
Okay.
I think B. By default, the new security group allow no inbound traffic.
Yes. The new security.
Yeah. When you create security group, it comes only with the outbound traffic to all. No inbound traffic. So you need to add them manually, the rules.
Okay. Let me note it down. So a security group, so the return traffic is automatically allowed regardless of any rules, right?
Yeah, when you create security group, the outbound traffic, there is always a rule in the outbound, and the rule allows traffic to everything. But inbound, there is no inbound. So you need to create the rules one by one in the security group
Oh, I see.
for the inbound.
Yes, I see.
And since this is a website, we need at least port HTTPS 443 in inbound if they are using HTTPS, or port 80 if they are using HTTP. So at least we need one inbound rule.
I see. Hang on. SCTP. Okay.
They just said we access to the website, but they didn't said to which protocol.
Okay, I see. Okay.
I think here they need to use the one A.
So there are two ways to connect to VPC together is either through peering or through the cloud hub, right?
No, that one, the Cloud Hub, it's for VPN communication.
Oh,
It's between on-prem and IWS. And this one, VPC to VPC is VPC peering. It's only between VPCs.
Okay.
So you can use transit gateway
Yes.
or VPC pairing.
Yes.
So transit gateway, you can have multiple VPCs
VPCs.
connecting to it.
Yes.
But in VPC pairing, you have to do all the manual work of for each and every VPC. You have to create star topology kind of thing if you want
Yes.
connectivity, that kind of connectivity.
Okay, nice. So I noted it down. So let's go to the next. We have 4 more. Yay.
Since this is using IPv6, so option D is not correct. VPC peering, I don't think so, because they want to install security features. I think
Yeah, I
C.
mean, NAT instance and NAT gateway, we won't
think
be
C.
doing that. Yeah.
Yes, I think C.
So by elimination, C.
Yeah, by elimination, C. Yes.
Okay.
VPC peering will not help, not gateway will not help, not instance. I think C. Yes. By elimination.
Okay. Oh yes, C is correct. Let's see.
Yeah, by elimination.
Okay. VPC.
Yes, and the internet gateway.
Oh, okay. Comment. So B and C.
Okay.
Let me send you guys the link. Let me note this service now. I don't know this service. So the well, airclass only internet gateway. Okay. Oh, what is it? Sorry, I accidentally dropped it.
Should be B, yes. B. Should be B.
Yes, B is correct. Let's see the
Yes.
explanation.
This is calculating insiders, calculating subnet. This question is calculating subnet. It's not related to IWS. It's like a general question. You have 4 subnets and you have a CIDR with 24, 24, which is 265 IP. You need to create 4 subnets. And what are the subnets? It's like this. This question, it's like this. You have CIDR of /24, and you need to create 4 subnets from this CIDR. How to do that? It's like this. This is the question. It's not.
Let me just double check to see if. So this is some type of calculation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll check on that later on. Okay, let's go to the last 3 questions.
I think B, but I'm not sure.
Yes,
I think
B
B.
is correct.
Yes.
Would you explain?
Yes. Yeah, when you create an EC2 instance, if you reboot an instance, when you create EC2 instance with default configuration, when you reboot the instance will lost the IP address and the MAC address. And since this application is based on the MAC address for licensing term, so we need first to create an elastic IP. The elastic IP will always have a fixed MAC address, and then we will associate this IP to the EC2 instance. So we will make sure that the MAC address will not change, even the IP address, both will not change.
I see. Okay, understand. Okay. Let's go to this one. You got the previous question, Nitin?
Sorry, I was disconnected. I had network outage.
Oh, okay, no worries. Let's
No
try.
issues.
Let's give this question another minute so you can.
Yeah.
Okay, let me know when you got the question.
Sure. Yes, I am good with the B because there is no static MAC address as such,
Yes.
and it has to be done. Network, yeah, network interface.
Yes, yeah.
That's right.
Yes, good job. So let's go to this.
Yeah, for this one, it should be D.
D. Okay.
Yes.
Can expand this?
Yeah, I think, yeah, you have already explained that we can add more sliders to the VPC.
Yes.
Yes.
Increase the range.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's on same lines.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's go to. D, right?
Which the following option you can configure in the VPN tunnel? Memory used? No. Number of VPN tunnel? I don't think so. TCP port allows by the tunnel. I'm not sure.
I'm really not sure of this.
I guess this.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah,
This one. Oh, it's just the option. So, okay.
Yeah, the encryption.
Yes, encryption. All right.
Okay.
Let me copy this link for you guys. So the next week, let's go to the test itself. So let's go to the exam. Let me hang on. Let me paste this to you guys. Yes. So for the next week, since we go through with the most important one is the network. Let me end the quiz. Oh, me just duplicate this. Sorry, my internet is slow today. Well, I can do this. Okay, I can do it. So next week, let's do the demo test for the solution architect. And then the week after that is my exam. So I'll have to skip the 19th and we will resume on the 20th. And the plan is we will start on the system. It's system architect, system certificate, right, Abdallah?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
system certificate, I haven't looked at it, but it's in the next certificate that we will study. So see you guys next week and have a good weekend. Oh, here is so yeah, so we do the practice test, but let's do the practice number 2 because the number 1 I probably have done it already. So let's do the number 2 next week. All right, have a good weekend and looking forward to study the next certificate with you guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah, sure. Bye-bye.
Okay, see you. Bye.